the RV over there, the Dolphin. Guy drove right past my car, called me the N-word again, and then drove down there and parked. He was already down that lane and parked by the time I was able to get my phone up and running to fucking record. So it's his word versus mine. Now here's the situation. People were able to keep my evidence, against my president, able to save it as best as I could, but they were able to keep it out of court through repeated slander. All of these people who wanted to be pissed off that I recorded them, fuck you. You wasted my time. You fucking lied to me and you gaslighted me. You never had any intention of helping. You didn't care what happened to me. You say, I broke your heart. You broke my heart. You're breaking my heart. By telling you the fucking truth. You should have come forward. You want to pretend like I'm a bad person because it's on the internet, because it's on fucking YouTube. You pretended like you gave a shit. Right before my phone died, I saw a guy who looked at me real funny. And I thought nothing of it. I was already to the park and ride. I figured, fuck it. So I went and parked at the park and ride, and right before my phone died, I get a ding. The dude's face pops up right on my fucking phone right before it dies. I'm like, I better call the cops. So then there's this lady at the park and ride. My phone is dead, so I wave at her. She looks at me like I'm the fucking devil and locks her doors. I'm like, I definitely got to get the fuck away from her. She's probably calling the cops right now because I'm not an attractive looking feller. You know, the only reason that I recognized the guy's face, I didn't recognize it. I've never seen the guy before in my life. I had literally just seen a guy in a red pickup truck heading north on that road. He might be heading to the Washington state border, who knows? Now, maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it's a doppelganger. Maybe it's somebody that looks exactly like him, or pretty darn friggin' near. Although I think the way that they have the tattoos, and because I came here, I was like, I might have some change enough to buy an external charger. Barely, but I did. So now I got another external charger. It's only got, oh shit, it's dead already. So I'm already out of charging it, and I'm at 7% charge. So how the hell's that gonna work out? Anyway, I got to Walmart here. I got this thing here. I turned it on, dealing with the racist dude. Fucking, I'm just now. Fuck it. Let me tell you why mind your business doesn't work. Alright, so you're on your way from work, right? And of course, at the end of work, you saw that there's an escaped rapist from the prison, right? So as you're driving home, you see this guy driving in a station wagon. Now maybe it's him, maybe it ain't. You're fairly certain it's him, though. But you don't call it in. Instead, you go to the bar, have yourself a drink, you go home. Well, there's your daughter in the middle of the living room floor, no clothes, they're shredded next to her. Spread eagle, lifeless. Yeah, mind your business, right? That totally worked for the Jews in Germany in World War II, didn't it? That totally worked for black people in the plantations and cotton fields of the southern states, didn't it? Didn't that work? No, of course it didn't. Of course it didn't. Of course it doesn't. If you can turn a blind eye because it's not your business, you can pretend to care about somebody, but the moment you tell them that it's not your business when they're trying to get help stopping abuse, the moment that you tell yourself that it's not your business, you are showing yourself that you are fucking lying to them. You are lying to them about caring about them because you're doing nothing. Natalie and her fucking stalkers made my life a living hell. But you don't want to fucking hear it because they told the right lies. I don't have friends. I don't have family. I do feel wholeheartedly as if my sister and Ed ripped me off, and probably for meth. Because actual meth addicts that I know, plus the addition of the fact that I worked with meth addicts and I grew up with drug addicts my entire life, I can tell a lot of different drug addicts, one from another, because of their mannerisms. Now, I want to believe that my sister is not on drugs, but the fact that every single time it was all about her, she wanted to talk about her. When I'm trying to let her know about the situation, she wants to talk about these fucking tweaker shadows that are doing tweaker shit to her. Holy fuck! And then there's the fact that every time Ed shows up, no matter what it is, she'll drop to his every beck and fucking call. He wants to keep talking about what a Billy badass he is. No, not fucking okay. Are those the people I should have to go to for help? Mind your business, right? Well, you didn't mind your business, did you? You stuck your nose all up in my business, but you didn't want to hear my business. Just like Chapel, Nebraska, I walk from one end of the town to the other. And it doesn't matter what my intent or purpose is in walking from one end of the town to the other. People are still going to talk their shit. The same people who smile in your face and tell you they're your buddy. Yeah, I chatted a lot of people up, believing that they were good people. Come to find out they're not. Of course, at least when I came forward about Rod Wright, at least Zach come forward too. Eventually, he said the same things about Pastor Wright that I did, but I was called a liar for saying it. I wonder if Zach Richmond gets called a liar for saying the same things I did about his ex-father-in-law. Tells me I need to let it go. But he can't get over his ex, Jenny. Also, I just spent the last of my money on something that didn't do shit to help me, really. I got no way to charge my stuff. Obviously, calling the cops is pretty fucking useless. They're not going to believe a goddamn thing I have to say. But we'll see. We'll see if this guy is busted in a red pickup truck, older, probably 1980s, maybe early 90s. It's got a bunch of black trim stuff on it, you know, a little bit of extras. Probably somebody's project vehicle at some point in time. Maybe when he got out of the psychiatric hospital, he went home and got his own pickup. Maybe he stole somebody else's pickup. They said he's dangerous. Maybe he killed somebody and stole their pickup. And, of course, maybe it's just somebody that looks just like him that's coming from that direction via back roads around Mount Hood. I mean, it could go either way, right? So, of course, I bring it here because what the fuck is Hood River going to do? Refuse to do their fucking jobs, tell me it's not their jobs. refer me to another place that's not going to do their jobs. They don't have actual fucking social workers here. You got to go to the Center for Living, and the Center for Living, those aren't social workers. Meanwhile, social workers aren't going to listen to me without a guardian. Nobody is going to do anything or bother to collect evidence or to help me to get it to where it needs to go in person, where I need the actual help. I don't need you telling me to do something I've already tried 1,000 times and it didn't work. I need your help to make it work. If you don't try to tell the fucking truth, it's not going to fucking work. If you make every excuse like Marcia Estrada, and that's recorded on my YouTube channel. If you make every excuse like Megan Mesigatis, and that's recorded on my YouTube channel. You make every excuse not to try for months and months and months and months. Marcia Estrada, between when I first brought this to you, the assaults and the threats and the harassment, was I or was I not in the Scottsbluff jail? I recorded the shit that I could as soon as I got out. I recorded it. Did you try to turn those things in when I was at the Scottsbluff jail? How about when I was out? How long did it take you to try to turn those in? Now, you got a free pass as far as the jails go, because there's no recording devices in there and you know it. So we got to depend on your word for it. This is where you can show that you're a decent human being, or you're backtracking and trying to cover your own ass. Because the things, as soon as I got out, I recorded everything that I possibly could. I made sure that my clandestine recording device, every time I talked to Penny Cooper or you, was on. Cops kept trying to say I wasn't trying to get help. That I wasn't trying to get help. That nobody would help me, probably because of the way that I act. In reality, how did I act when you and I spoke together in those sessions? Was I or was I not courteous and professional? It's not because of how I act. When I was courteous and professional, you didn't do shit. Penny Cooper wanted to be a fucking bully to me. Didn't want to do her job, even after you claimed that you were going to tell her to do her job. I mean, legally, you were right to do that. As far as covering your own butt by the law, you were right to say that. In case it's recorded, and it is. But did you follow through? Because I got Penny recorded after that on multiple occasions telling me she's absolutely not going to do that. She's not going to try. We're going to still go through the same routes for a housing situation that is already fucked. And she's not communicating to you the situation that we're doing, that we're working through. I had to explain that shit to you, didn't I? It's not my fault that Penny Cooper didn't do her job, or Jen Beebe. That's not my fault. Tamara did her job. Whether you were impressed with her or not, she did her job. Nobody else did, not even you, Marcia Estrada. Do your fucking job. My phone's about to die. I got no way to record it, and we got a long fucking night ahead of us, don't we?